Hello, in today's video I would like to speak to you about learning, the way you learn and how important it is to learn on a daily basis. Indeed, as a software engineer, it's so crucial to learn weekly, to learn daily, to learn new things. But because there are so many things to learn, we are just paralyzed. We don't know where to start. We don't know what to learn. We don't know what information it's important to learn. Like, there are so much to learn and it's just impossible to learn everything. You just have to learn what you need right now. Otherwise, the information will just be more vague and it will be harder to recall the information if you learn for learning, and that's all. You have to be okay by not knowing everything because no one knows everything. And especially in the field of software engineering, it's just impossible to know everything. This is why you have to decide what you need to learn for this week. You need a study plan. You need to be organized as well with your learning. For instance, in my case, I learned data science. I have been a software engineer for many years, and now I'm pursuing a master of data science. And I love it, to be honest. It's something really good. I love, but it's quite different from software engineer. To be honest, it's really different. You know, computer science, it's very interesting, but data science, you learn different algorithms. You learn way more about the data. You learn more about statistical methods. To me, you have more math as well. So you have to be good with mathematics. But more importantly, you have to be willing to learn things you have no idea why it works. You have like predictions. You have those kind of classifications of data. You have the clustering techniques you need to apply on data sets. And it can feel like you don't know anything. And indeed, you also have those kind of recommendation algorithms you might have to apply on a lot of data sets. What kind of recommendation you want to show to certain users, depending on what they like. All of these, like, you have a lot of techniques, you have a lot of approaches and methods you can apply on your data. But you have to know first what you are learning. If you don't know, you will miss steps and then you will feel even more confused. So learn first the basics. Like in my case, for data science, it's not easy every day. Classifications, I like it. Predictions, I like it. Statistics, I like in a way, but you know, when you have to apply a lot of tests, and especially when you have assessments, like when you are learning something, when you are pursuing a specific study, like if you want to have a PhD because you are motivated for a status quo, then it's not for the outcome of learning and applying what you just learned. Maybe if you want to be a professor, but sometimes it's just because you want to be a doctor. You want to pursue a PhD. That's fine. But again, you have to know exactly the reason, your motivation behind your learning. You don't learn something you know you will not need the skill set right now. Only learn what you need today. And if you don't need it, that's fine. Just leave it for later, or just have, like, in my case, usually I have a notebook. Normally it's a notebook. I don't a physical notebook because I don't really like to store this on my phone. Otherwise I have way too many notes and it's even worse. So just a notebook. I store what I would like to learn one day. And if I don't learn it, it means I didn't really want to learn that. And that's completely fine. Even if, like, now everybody wants to be a AI engineer. So learning a lot about, you know, the LLM and data science, actually, a lot of predictions, a lot of deep learning. It's okay to learn this, but you have to like it. Don't learn just because you feel you need to know it. That's okay. Again, you have to be fine with what you know and what you don't know. It's important to learn something you are passionate about, because otherwise you will have friction of learning subject, a specific matter where you don't have any kind of interest into it. And finally, you have to be consistent in your learning. Every day, learn a bit. Every day, learn a little bit, but every day. Being consistent, it will always win over time. If every day you are learning something new, but you are not consistent because it's always something new, you will never go really deep in that specific subject, and so you will not be a subject matter. If you want to be a subject matter, you need to learn every day something correlated, something in the same subject. So in my case, I want to be a data scientist. Well, to be a data scientist, to learn data science, I need to know quite a lot. And I know we can use different languages too. I could use R and Python, but I need to be specialized in only one language to start. I know that mostly when you learn at the university, at school, you will learn R. But when you get a job, you will mostly use Python. So for me, it makes more sense to directly learn and to use Python instead of R. And Python is the language. I'm more familiar with the language. The syntax too. R, it's a nice language. I really like R, to be honest. But you have to decide to learn one thing at a time. So in my case, to be Python. Like always be consistent into what you learn, and don't be too greedy in the amount of things you would like to learn. We all have 24 hours. And if you want to be a subject matter, you need to narrow what you want to know. You will not know everything, and you have to accept this. That's all for this little video. I hope this will help in a way, and happy coding.